You know, uh, when it comes to sales, it seems like everyone's always talking about closing rates and hitting those quotas,
Absolutely.
but we rarely stop to consider like the foundation of all that success,
Hmm.
the sales team itself.
Yeah, and putting that team together, that's a whole challenge in itself, right?
Exactly. And a costly one at that. Did you know that replacing a bad sales hire can cost like 2.5 times their salary?
Wow, no kidding.
That
It's a pretty high stakes game.
it is. And that's actually what we're going to be diving into today. It's all based on this article, Why Sales Recruitment is Risky, from the Sales Experts.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. It's really insightful.
It is. It really gets into like the nitty-gritty of why finding the right salespeople is so tricky.
Yeah, for sure.
Like one thing that really stood out to me was this idea that the impact of underperformance in sales, it's immediate.
Oh yeah, you feel it right away.
Exactly. There's no like grace period, in sales every single day matters.
Absolutely. It's all about generating revenue. And if someone's not pulling their weight, it has a direct impact on the bottom line.
Totally. And the article doesn't just focus on like those performance metrics either.
Hmm.
It also emphasizes how important things like cultural fit and industry knowledge are.
Oh yeah, you can't underestimate those factors. You could
Right.
have someone who's, amazing at closing deals. But if they clash with your company culture or they don't understand the industry, it's going to create a whole bunch of problems.
Exactly. Like imagine bringing someone onto your team who's a total rock star when it comes to sales, but they just rub everyone the wrong way. They don't get the company culture, or they're constantly butting heads with
It's a
colleagues.
recipe for disaster.
Right. And then on top of that, there's the whole onboarding process.
Yeah, getting someone up to speed on your products and your sales process, that takes time.
And time is money,
Yeah,
especially in sales.
no doubt about it.
So if you've got a new hire who's constantly playing catch up, it's going to affect their ability to, really make an impact.
Right. It's like they're always one step behind.
It seems like there are just so many potential pitfalls when it comes to traditional sales recruitment.
There are a lot of risks involved, for sure.
So what does the article suggest as a way to like mitigate those risks?
Well, it makes a pretty compelling case for targeting salespeople who are already killing it in similar roles.
So go after the proven talent.
Yeah, exactly. Why not try to recruit someone who's already hitting home runs for another team?
Makes sense.
Mm.
I mean, if they're already successful in a similar environment, they're more likely to replicate that success for you.
Right.
Yeah.
You're essentially reducing the risk by betting on someone who's already proven themselves.
Okay, so let's say I'm totally sold on this idea. Where do I even find these top performers? I mean, they're probably not just browsing job boards, are they?
Probably not. You're going to have to be a little more proactive, and that's where the concept of headhunting comes in.
Headhunting. Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So basically, instead of, passively waiting for candidates to come to you, headhunting is all about going out and specifically targeting those individuals who are already excelling in their current roles.
So it's like, instead of hoping the right person stumbles upon my job posting, I should be actively seeking out those A players.
Exactly. And one of the coolest things about headhunting is that it gives you access to what we call passive candidates.
Passive candidates, what does that mean?
These are people who are likely happy and successful in their current jobs. They're not actively looking for a new opportunity, but they might be open to a conversation if the right thing came along.
So you're saying they're not necessarily looking to leave, but they're not completely opposed to hearing about something better.
Exactly. And that's where a good headhunter comes in. They have the networks, the research skills, and the industry knowledge to identify these passive candidates and, kind of pique their interest.
Okay, so we've established that there are a lot of risks associated with traditional sales recruitment, and that headhunting could be a potential solution because it allows you to target this proven talent and these passive candidates.
That's a great summary.
So now I'm wondering, how exactly does headhunting actually mitigate those risks? How does it work in practice?
Well, that's a great question, and that's exactly what we're going to dig into next. So when we talk about de-risking sales recruitment with headhunting, it really comes down to a few key things.
Okay, lay it on me.
Well, first off, headhunting is incredibly targeted. You're not just, sifting through mountains of resumes or hoping an algorithm spits out the perfect candidate.
So it's more like a personalized approach.
Exactly. Headhunters zero in on individuals who have a proven track record in your specific industry. They understand the nuances of your market, and they know what it takes to succeed in that space.
So it's like having a specialist on your side who speaks the language of your business.
Precisely. And because they're laser focused on people who are already performing at a high level, You're not just looking at a resume full of promises, you're looking at tangible results.
You can actually see what they've accomplished in the real world, not just what they say they can do.
Exactly. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of the equation. They've done it before, so they're more likely to do it again.
That's got to be a huge relief for sales leaders who are under pressure to build high-performing teams quickly.
Absolutely. Time is money in sales, and headhunting helps accelerate the process by connecting you with candidates who are ready to hit the ground running.
Because they're already up to speed on the industry and the sales cycle.
Right. They don't need months of training or onboarding. They can start contributing to your sales success almost immediately.
That's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
So we've talked about targeted search and proven track records. What about cultural fit? How does headhunting address that?
That's a great point. A good headhunter will absolutely consider cultural fit. They'll dig into a candidate's personality, their work style, their values, and make sure they align with your company culture.
So it's not just about finding a superstar salesperson. It's about finding the right superstar salesperson for your specific company.
You got it. It's about finding someone who not only has the talent, but also the drive and the mindset to thrive in your unique environment.
Makes sense. So it seems like headhunting really does offer a comprehensive solution to a lot of the risks we talked about earlier.
It does. And speaking of comprehensive solutions, the article we're discussing actually highlights a company called the Sales Experts Ltd.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah.
They're known for their expertise in sales recruitment, right?
Exactly. They specialize in minimizing hiring risks for their clients. They have a really deep understanding of business needs, sales processes, and company culture.
So they use that knowledge to match businesses with the perfect sales talent.
That's a great way to put it. They're like matchmakers connecting the right people with the right opportunities. It's a very personalized and strategic approach.
It sounds like a game changer for companies that are serious about building world-class sales teams.
It can be. Partnering with a headhunting firm like the Sales Experts Ltd can give you access to an amazing pool of talent that you wouldn't find through traditional recruitment methods.
So what's the main takeaway here for our listeners? What should sales leaders be focusing on?
The key takeaway is this: sales recruitment doesn't have to be a gamble. If you shift your focus to headhunting and you target candidates who are already demonstrating the skills, the experience, and the cultural fit that you need, you can dramatically reduce the risk of making a bad hire.
So it's about being more proactive and strategic in your approach.
Right. It's about making informed decisions and investing in your company's future.
Okay, so let's get down to brass tacks here. What could a sales team actually achieve with the addition of a top-performing, culturally aligned salesperson?
That's a question every sales leader should be asking themselves. It's about going from good to exceptional, from hitting your targets to crushing them.
It's about unlocking a level of sales success that you maybe didn't even think was possible.
And that's the power of strategic recruitment. It's not just filling a position, it's investing in your company's growth and success.
So where do we go from here? What are some actionable steps our listeners can take?
Well, if you're serious about taking your sales team to the next level and you want to minimize those hiring risks, I highly recommend exploring the world of headhunting.
And for those who are looking for a trusted partner to guide them through that process, the article we discussed today really recommends the Sales Experts Ltd.
They do, and for good reason. Their track record and their expertise in the sales landscape make them a really valuable asset.
This has been a really fascinating deep dive into the world of sales recruitment.
It has. We've covered a lot of ground, and I think we've uncovered some really valuable insights.
So for all our listeners out there, remember, in the competitive world of sales, a strategic approach to recruitment can really be the difference between just being good and being truly exceptional. It really comes down to this, are you satisfied with just being good? Or do you want to be exceptional?
I think in sales, especially being exceptional, that's what sets you apart.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And finding those exceptional salespeople, well, that's where partnering with experts like the sales experts can really make a difference.
Right. They take all the guesswork out of it, and they connect you with those top performers who can really take your team to that next level.
So to all the sales leaders and hiring managers out there, consider this your call to action.
Yeah. Don't leave your success up to chance. Take control of your recruitment process. Be strategic. And think about partnering with a headhunting firm that really specializes in finding the best of the best.
Building a high-performing sales team, it's not just an expense, it's an investment.
And it's an investment that can pay off big time.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive into the world of sales recruitment.
It's been a great conversation. Lots of really valuable insights, I think.
We hope you found it helpful. and that you're feeling, inspired to really rethink your approach to finding top sales talent.
Absolutely. Remember, a strategic approach to recruitment. It can be the difference between a good sales team and a truly exceptional one.
And that's what we all want, right? Exceptional results. So go out there, be strategic, and build the sales team of your dreams. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.